Well, hello, Dr. Ghost Hunter fans. Tonight, you are in for a treat. I am alone in one of the most haunted mansions in the entire United States to do a solo investigation. I've been at this house for several hours now. I've had some great friends over at Creeps Ghost Commandos come over and show me around this villa. They just left. I'm locked in here by myself. And over the course of the next couple hours, you are going to join me on a paranormal investigation unlike any other. Not only are we alone, but you are going to see behind the scenes footage of setting up an investigation. You are going to have the opportunity to investigate with me. If you have an idea of how I should conduct the investigation, let me know and we're going to make it happen. So a few ground rules here. I would love for everyone who is watching this, first of all, take a second to like the video if you don't mind. It makes me feel warm and fuzzy, and it lets me know that you're here. And especially when I'm locked inside of this 4-story mansion, it's a pretty good feeling to have. Use the comments. Now, it may take me just a moment to read the comments because my setup here is tough. And so essentially I'm a one-man crew tonight. But let me tell you a little bit about this haunted villa, if you will. So you'll get more of the history when I'm not live and when I go through and edit this. So make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. However, this home was built in the late 1800s and has 9 documented deaths inside of the home. Can you hear it? I've got the motion detector coffin box upstairs. Can you hear that? It's going off. Let me know in the chat if you guys can hear that. But it's going. So 9, and of course one of my cameras just died. 9 documented deaths inside of the home, but the home is not just thought to be confined to those 9 spirits who died here. There are very well documented reports of babies crying, kids giggling, kids voices. Full-blown shadow figures have been captured within the last week at this home. Up on the 2nd floor, I'm going to give you a tour, and that's where we're going to start our investigation. Disembodied voices, EVPs, captured frequently. I can tell you earlier, even when the Ghost Commandos were here inside of the home, they were downstairs in the basement. I have my CCTV footage set up. I'll show you the whole setup. I could see them in the basement. I'm up on the 2nd floor, so 2 floors above them. I heard 2 men talking to each other. So what I want to do is give you a brief tour around this home, and then we're going to get right into the investigation. So let me flip this around. This is a live stream, so you're going to see a little bit of production work at the same time. So give me just a moment as I flip this camera. All right. In the comments, let me know, hopefully what you should be seeing is a wide shot of the home. And then I've got 2 other cameras set up. The one on the far right in the command center is actually video of the CCTV footage that I have set up, and I'll show that to you in just a second. And then camera 2 is upstairs on the 2nd floor, one of the most active rooms in this entire home where a shadow figure was just captured. Let me just flip around the camera lens here real quick, guys. Let's do this one. I think will give us a little bit better shot for your view. So I mentioned 4 floors. Downstairs here, the main entry area. Now, this home is decorated by the owner, so you're going to see terrifying things like this. Hopefully not paranormal, and my goodness, if that thing moves tonight, it's going to be the end of me. Say hello. Here's my setup. You guys can see how it's made tonight. So I'm also going to be recording. You see 2 cameras on either side. Hopefully one's going to be capturing my reaction, and then the other one will capture anything else. I'll edit this video up, and we'll put together a nice production for you guys here in the coming months. So I will say, let's start with a little bit of tour here. One of the previous owners of the home actually died in this very chair. This is one of the only pieces of original furniture here inside of the home is at this rocking chair. So we set up CCTV camera. You can see it set up there in the corner. Pointing at this, we're going to let this run all night. So if any movement happens here, we'll be able to capture it. Inside the main parlor, then the stairs. So this house can be very confusing to get used to the layout. It's beautiful, but it can be challenging. There's a little nook under the stairs here, balloons that apparently the kids like to play with that are here. This back nook, guys, is pretty terrifying. Anyone wants to have a go at staying back there tonight, you are more than welcome to. But let's go upstairs to the second floor where the owner gets the most activity. She doesn't like the second floor. I'm going to show you why it has an ominous feel to it. It's a beautiful home for being built in the late 1800s. Did you hear it again? It's the motion box. Can you guys hear that? So the second floor where I'm going now is where the shadow figures have been. See, there's the motion box again. You'll see it. So I set up obviously a REM pod there. The motion box is there in the doorway, pointed across. See, there it goes. I've got the EMF tripwire. I've got a REM pod set up, another camera pointed down this hallway. There's a bedroom here. There's another bedroom here. And then there's a scry room inside of here that the owner has set up. If you guys like and comment, if you want me. One of my cameras just died as I went in here, I think. But gosh, that music box again. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and get in. Let me show you one more piece, and then we're going to go inside that room. Command Central. So there's my gear. I've got the CCTV footage running here. It will capture any movement that we have and is automatically recording. So you can see, I'll show this to you later. We have the attic here. We've got where I just was on that side, downstairs where I showed you where the rocking chair was, and then in the basement, which is more than terrifying, we've got a camera down there. Hopefully you guys can get a little glimpse of that with the command center. We've got that running here. So yeah, let's go get to the investigation. There's a stairwell here that goes up to the attic, and it's absolutely terrifying. So if anyone's here watching, leave a comment in the chat. Let me know that you're here. What I have running inside of here is a portal box. This is a new addition to the Dr. Ghost Hunters team. This has been running, and I have heard voices come through it when I've been at Command Central. We're going to let this run. Unless you guys don't like it, I'll turn it off. So what I want to do now is sit. We'll turn off the lights. We'll make sure that you guys can still see. And we'll get this thing started. I'm going to run for one. Oh, we should be good here. We can hit the lights. I don't know why that music box is going off. Set up our laser grid. Recalibrate this one, guys. Okay. So Let's just switch to my single camera here. Hello, spirits of the villa. This is really our first time talking tonight. I know I've been busy talking with the owner, Steph, with a couple of my friends that were here, but I haven't introduced myself, and I apologize for that. My name is Chad. I'm a doctor. I'm with a team called Dr. Ghost Hunters. And I know you've had so many people come to this home to investigate. And I'm here to chat with you if you're willing to chat. I hope, I'm not here to antagonize you like maybe some others have. But as you can see, I have some gear set up simply to interact with you in this beautiful home. I hope to answer a couple of things. Obviously, I'm alone. Everyone at home who is watching through these devices that I have has had instances where they've been alone and they've heard a voice, they've heard a sound. And when you're alone, it kind of makes you wonder, was it in my mind? Or is there something to it? Not only do we hear things when we're alone, sometimes we see things out of the corner of our eye when we're alone. And we always wonder, could it truly be something else that we can't explain? And the reason I come to this house is to help answer that. I'm no different. Being here alone is not pleasant. It's a new place. I come to your home, but all of the equipment that I have is simply here to document. So in front of me, I have this box that you can communicate with. The thought is that you can talk through it and talk to me. In the doorway, that music box that you've set off a few times, it's motion activated. So if you walk in front of it, it'll go off. The device is in the hallway with the lights. You can touch them and they'll go off. I won't be able to see them now, so I'd like to invite you into this room. So if you're here and you're willing to chat with me, will you tell me your name? I understand that the owner of this home, there we go. Yeah, come on in. I understand that the person who built this home was Irish. Are you of Irish descent? Come in and chat with me, please. There's also some times that people come through the home and the owner tells me that she doesn't think that they're associated with the home. And it makes me wonder, are you from a different time spectrum than I am? Where I come from, the year's 2025. Or is there a portal of sorts where you can enter and travel through here on your way to another destination? Can you give me any sign that you're here? about even a knock would be great. If you'd like me to turn off this portal device, let me know. Give me a sound outside of the portal box and I can turn that off. Here, let's try another means of communication. And again, for those of you watching live, I encourage you, if you've ever wanted to investigate, if you wish you were here right now, leave a comment in the chat. Tell me what you would like to see me do. And let's do it. Now, let me tell you this. The easier part when you do this alone is having background noise or having a chat that you can see. But that true alone feeling comes in silence that we often get. I guess if part of my goal is to see what happens when we're alone and in silence, then we gotta go in silence. So let's do this. You guys seem to have a good view of me. Let's do a digital audio on real-time EVP analysis. So as we do this, for those of you watching and you want to know how we pick up some of those incredible EVPs, if you followed the channel, you know that just last month and just recently on our YouTube, we captured some incredible EVPs at the Haunted Hill House. Well, this is in part how we do it. Digital audio. We're going to do this in real time so that you can analyze it with me. So we're going to hit record. Can you see that? What's going on? So this is Chatham in Kansas, January 23rd, 2025. I want to make sure you guys can see that spirit box or the motion box. Hello to any of the spirits. Hello to anyone here in the home. Anyone who's friendly who'd like to have a chat here in this beautiful library. I have got this device here in front of me that we can talk, and I'd love to do it. If you talk into that device, I'll be able to hear you, or if you just use your voice, which I know you can, then we can chat in real time. So can you tell me your name? Talk right into this. I'm going to move this just slightly. It's me moving. Can you tell me where you come from? Such as, did you live in the home? Or are you a traveler? What do you think about the current owner of the home and what she's done with the place? Do you have anything that you wish to say to me? Okay, so now we'll stop this and we're going to go back in real time and take a listen. And the benefit of doing these short bursts is that you can review them in real time to see if there's any activity there. So we've got 2 minutes. Let's go ahead and take a listen. Can you see that? So this is Chatham, Kansas, January 23rd, 2025. I want to make sure you guys can see that spirit box. Let me know if you guys hear anything. Type it in the chat. Hello to anyone here in the home. Anyone who's friendly who'd like to have a chat here in this beautiful library. I've got this device here in front of me that we can talk. And I'd love to do it. Sorry, a little bit of an echo coming from my iPad. You talking to that device, I'll be able to hear you, or if you just use your voice, which I know you can, we can chat in real time. So can you tell me your name? It's me, baby. Not hearing anything. Tell me where you come from. Suggest did you live in the home? Or are you a traveler? There was something there. In the home? Or are you a traveler? It's faint, but I can hear something back there. Or are you a traveler? What do you think about the current owner of the home? And what she's done with the place? Do you have anything that you wish to say to me? Pretty quiet through there. Maybe something there. At most, though, it's a stretch, and so at least for right now, this area that's usually a hotspot doesn't seem to be active. Hey, don't be afraid. Do you want to come in? It's so quiet here. I think this isn't the spot right now. It doesn't feel active. So let's move locations. Okay, let's go ahead and move. You guys have seen most of my equipment. We have portal box. We have motion detectors. I have REM pods. We have real-time EVP. We can sit in silence. However you guys want to get involved in this investigation as we're going through it, let me know in the chat, and let's make it happen. Okay, let's move to the next room. So this will be another opportunity where you guys definitely get to see kind of behind the scenes of paranormal investigation. Now, I'm curious, for those of you who do investigate, how do you go about it differently than what I'm doing with setting things up, moving from location to location after 15 or 20 minutes? And for those of you who may be new to this, you get the fortunate aspect of seeing 20-30 minute video at the end of all of this, but there can be so many long periods of just silence, and that's okay, and that's a part of investigating, and that's part of giving people a real experience. So there's a doll room over here. Let's go see the dolls. Now again, almost all the items inside of the home were purchased by the owner, but this one room in particular is loaded with dolls, including this beautiful young lady here. I'll say hello. Say hello to the people. Hi. This marionette is interesting. There's a thump. Could you guys hear the thump? There's a thump. Okay, I'm getting some goosebumps now. And oftentimes, I will feel cold or chills or have goosebumps before activity starts. This marionette, real human hair. Why, I don't know. But I think this is the place that we want to be. So we're going to do this. You guys get to be alone for a second while I go grab the gear. But hopefully, this location will give us a little something. So, let me leave you here, facing outward. Disconnected there. Okay. I'm going to turn on Pops. Picture of my butt for everybody. Give me just 1 second, guys, as we set up the next spot. I'm going to set up a second camera. Just a moment. Hang in there with me, guys. Okay, let me go grab some gear. That was me. I snagged the tripwire. Or I snagged the camera. Okay. So,
he's gone. But workshop. Figure out my friends. We want you to come along. JTT. You are just of course, we can
just about ready?
really?
One is stopping.
Turn off one of these lights. Okay.
Sorry, Vincent.
Okay, so I think for this part, let's actually go lights out.
There's a feeling that only you do it.
Just about set up. Here we go. Let me go turn off that light in the command center. All right. A little bit better setup here. So what we've got set up here is in the doll room. In front of me, we have the portal, we have the spirit, or we have the REM pod that's on the floor. We have the EMF tripwire. And in front of me, I have the motion detector. So the temperature of the REM pod in the hallway is going off, is fluctuating. Hello. I'd like to chat with any of the spirits in the home who would like to talk with me. Is there anyone here who would like to chat or communicate at a minimum? My name is Chad. And if you give me a sign that you're here, I can tell you about me, or we can ask some questions. If there's any kids that are here, then we can play a game. I've got some dice here in front of me that we could play. But I just need to know that you are here. Can you talk to me? There's this device here on the floor. You can talk through it. I should be able to hear you. You know, we were at a location called the Haunted Hill House in Texas just a couple weeks ago. And my buddy Jason, he was in a room asking for a spirit by the name of Big Willie. And he just sent me a message and he wanted me to ask if Big Willie is here. Someone by the name is Big Willie's here. Can you let me know? Give me a knock. Light up any of those devices that I told you about. Hello? Okay, let me ask you some questions about the house. Maybe we talk about that. It can be a little more enjoyable for you. I understand this used to be a boarding house. Were you here when it was a boarding house? Were you part of the family that originally built the home? What is your favorite part of the renovation of the home? Or the decoration, I guess? Is it this little lady here? If anyone here had to name her, what would you name her? The temperature is fluctuating the REM pod in the hallway, but I will tell you, it's cold. So my other camera just died. The internet just cut out. Let's try and fire it back up. Okay. What do you think of this cold weather outside? It's pretty gnarly. Oh, I heard something through the portal. Did you guys hear that? That's the first hit. I couldn't hear what you said about the cold. What do you think about the cold? It's so fun. You like this cold? I don't know. It seems pretty chilly to me. So I just had another one of my GoPro seems to be dying. So when you're in whatever realm that you're in, whether it's the afterlife or just a parallel universe, can you feel this cold temperature? Like, is temperature relevant to you? A lot of people say that spirits can fluctuate the temperatures. Like, if you manifest yourself, it becomes colder around me. Do you find that to be true? Because I'm starting to get just a creepy feeling. I don't know why. Like, nothing's happened. And it could just be that part of being alone and psyching yourself out. But are you making me feel a little bit off? What did that portal say? The truth comes out? Give me a sign that you're here, please. It's not, you're not required to do anything on command, obviously, but I've heard that people still live here. And I would love to hear from you. To be honest, I traveled a long ways to come see you, and that doesn't mean you have to do anything, but I'm from Salt Lake City in Utah, and I've got all this gear set up because I make videos, and I post them on the internet, which, if you're from our same time realm, might be from before you were alive. It's a place where people can view things on computers. And so then people can see them. Now, my goal is to show people whether or not there's any evidence. There's that REM pod. Any evidence of either the afterlife or what we call supernatural or paranormal. That almost sounds like the REM pod's going off. Like those little blips. Those actually sound more of the REM being activated. Hey, if that's you out in the hallway, can you touch that red light out there? Up and give it a touch or a big old boot. I mean, with that piece in particular, you're welcome to touch it. It's pretty cold in here. The owner left us some coffee. I made some. Do you want some coffee? I'll make you some coffee. I'm down to be your friend. I'm down to be your homie. But you gotta let me know you're here. So let's talk more about these dolls. What do you think about this? Some people think that these dolls are haunted. Like that you attach yourself to a doll. Is that a thing? How about the, like, do you not like the light? I can turn off these lights if you want to. To be honest, I would prefer to keep at least these lights on. Viewers at home, whether you're watching this live or if you're watching it after, what do you prefer? Like in this circumstance, right now, you're in my shoes. What do you do? Kill the lights? Turn off the portal box? Go in darkness and silence? It's tough to watch that. But you think that stirs it up? Let me know. Let's cut over to Command Center, see if we capture any strange activity on our CCTV. Okay, there we go. Heard that we were getting some echo. Hopefully that stopped the echo. If it didn't, let me know. But I appreciate that feedback. There's the temperature on the REM pod again. I tell you what, I'm going to turn off that portal device and go more in silence. Let's see if we can capture any of those voices that I heard before. Silence. Okay. How are we doing on the echo? Okay, so let's do this. I'm going to bring this one back. All right. So I'm going to turn off this light. This guy's where it gets creepy. We talked earlier about kind of the scare and the fright. This is it right here. So I think what you're seeing in that top corner is my reflection off of glass because of the light. So let me see if I can move that. There we go. Okay. So I'm just going to give, for you viewers at home, I know it's dark and I know it's hard to see. I'm going to give it just a couple of minutes like this, and let's see if we can hear anything from the house. And let's see if the darkness brings about any engagement. So any spirits that are out here, the red dot, the red light that's in front of me in this room, you can go up and touch it, and that's how I'll know that you're here. And then the purple lights, you can go up and touch them. And the thought is that you can use your energy to manipulate them, and that I'll be able to see you and know that you're communicating with me. Boy, that REM pod in the other room still is going off. Hello? Who's down there? Come on in. I'd like to tell you it's warmer in here, but it's just not. There you go. Come my way. Can you come in here? I'll tell you what, we could play a game. I've heard that there are some spirits in here that are mimics, which is terrifying, frankly. I've heard that there are people who like to play games. So we'll play a game. Every time you make a piece of this gear go off, then we can do something silly. But I gotta know that you're here first. Are there any kids here? Are there any spirits at all that are here? Come out and chat with me, please. It is so still and quiet in here. I think I'm hearing something. Hang on. I thought I heard some movement. We're just going to be still and quiet. Hang in there with me just for a moment. I heard taps. In the screen, that upper corner light is my reflection off some glass. There's movement. But it sounds like it doesn't want to be around me. I can hear it upstairs. I don't like this. This is scary. It's so quiet. I'm going to turn on the camera. just a minute ago, I could hear it sounded like 2 steps upstairs. It was faint. It wasn't definitive footsteps. The REM pod in the hallway. What I didn't show you guys is just outside this door is downstairs into the basement on the right, and then upstairs goes right up to the attic. I've given you some silence. Can you give me a sign that you're here? That's the REM. That's not just the temperature. You hear the little blip. That's the actual REM pod. Let's see if we can get it. Hello? That's me. It's that temperature gauge getting colder. Okay, I'll give you just a few more moments. God. For a moment, it was heating up and I could hear some movement, but it sounded like it was in the far points. Let's put it like this. So for a moment, it sounded like I could hear some movement going on inside of the home, but it sounded like it was far away. And then I almost thought that I heard 2 footsteps just above me, but they were faint, and I don't think it's enough to definitively call it. Again, it's that, the voices that you hear when you're alone are so different than having the rest of the team here. So much easier when Jason, my dad, or Sarah, or Jamie, or Nicole are here. You can bounce it off them like, oh, did you hear that? And they can hear it. But when you're alone, that level of fear just ramps it right up. All right, guys, let's do this. Let's go back into command center for a second. Let's check out the CCTVs and see if there's any activity being captured there. And perhaps, I'd love your guys' suggestion. Perhaps we go downstairs to the main floor where I thought I heard something down there. Let me know what you guys think, though. Those of you who are watching in the chat, if you don't mind, go ahead and jump in there. Let me know what you're seeing, what you're thinking, and any suggestions that you have. I'd love to hear them. Give me just a couple minutes and let's regroup. I'll turn on all the cameras so you guys can see everything that's going on. But hopefully you guys are enjoying this. I know our activity isn't ramping up just yet. I wish it would. Trust me. Let's give you guys a little something. How's that? Good enough? Okay. So let's move some things. Ooh. Okay. I'm going to leave it just like this for a second. You guys can see me. Okay, perfect. Guys, keep an eye on things just for a second. Let me go grab the stuff. We'll come up with a new strategy. It appears as though our hallway cam is struggling. That's interesting. Did it move? Huh. Did you hear? Did you hear? Can you guys hear that? It sounded again like there was some movement upstairs, but it's over just as soon as it starts. Okay. Just want to move all this gear into one central spot. Then we can chat. I can warm up. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, so got the gear. Let's turn it off. Let's have a regroup. Let's figure out what in the world that we're doing here. So let's turn this around, grab it like this. Let's do this bad boy. Okay, so we're an hour into this thing. And so far, let's be honest, nothing conclusive from a paranormal standpoint has occurred. So, the question becomes next steps. We've got the upstairs, freezing. It is freezing cold up there. But it does appear as though a couple of the sounds that I've heard seems to have been triggered by upstairs. Here, one thing I'll show you guys. Well, no, maybe we'll save that for a little bit. I was just going to do a real-time review to see if anything's been captured. But maybe we will give that a save. Okay, so perhaps next steps downstairs. We'll see if we can capture anything there. While we do that, though, let me show you guys one other aspect that we really like with this CCTV system. It is a pain in the butt to set up. It takes about half an hour. Love the help from the Creeps Ghost Commandos guys. Adam and Alec came out and helped me set it up, and I greatly appreciate it. But one of the cool things about it is in real time, you can slightly review and see if anything's gone on and could perhaps lead to what we do in our investigation. So let's take a look. Let's unlock. Let's do all 4 of those. Let's do events for today. Let's give it a search. This was all recent. What is this one? Okay, that was just me. Me. So all of these are me. It doesn't seem like there's much activity on these. No, nothing notable. Okay. Well, let's back out of here. Let's go do some more investigating. See, that darn REM pod out in the hallway keeps going off. So I think my vote, guys, is going to be go downstairs on the first floor and just see if we can perhaps reach out to any of the old spirits of the home. You know, if anyone who lived here, who was here, it's evening time right now. Perhaps if they're going through their routine in a residual type haunt, even though we do think there's intelligent spirits here, you know, maybe they're downstairs. Maybe they would be enjoying themselves there before they come upstairs for bed. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Thoughts? This is where it's hard being alone. So, caffeinate. Let's give it a go. I know most people are wondering, hey, you know, this guy's a doctor. He's probably eating healthy when he's on the road. Fuel you for your investigation. All right, let's do it. I say we go REM pod. I say we leave the music box up here because if the motion detector is able to hear anything or able to spark anything, I should be able to hear it. So let's put that there. And then let's go with Spirit Box Pro. Let's go with REM pod. Laser grid, because that's scary. And then we'll take our gear. All right, let's go do it. I need like a dolly of sorts or some sort of carrying device. Aside from my hands. Okay. Let's do this. All righty. Any buddies who want to talk? Let's do it. Yeah, chandelier. It's beautiful. The architecture of this house is really quite incredible. Oh gosh, that thing is just so creepy. Okay. So why don't we come in here? And let's see if we can't make some contact with one of the original owners of the home. For all those of you who have stuck around so far, I really appreciate it. Trying to stir up some activity for you guys. Pardon me, Goldie. I know this is your chair. I'm going to set this here only to make contact with you, but I don't mean any disrespect by it. I have some devices here. And guys, I'll tell you this. Let's get this one on. Okay, so I know what the issue is. Typically, at the start of investigations, I'll go through and tell them ground rules. And I've not done any of that here. I told them a little bit about myself, but in order to put on something of a production for you guys watching at home, I deviated from my normal devices. That's not a good way to go. This right here is a PSP7 Pro. Paid a lot of money for it. It doesn't work. It's never once gone off, ever. You have to touch it or break the REM pod for it to start. I bring it around just because it looks cool, but this thing doesn't work. Either that or spirits don't like to use it. So maybe, just maybe, we can get it to work. Where is the timer, sweep timer? There we go. We're going to sweep forward. 57 degrees in here. That's cold. Okay, we're going to turn this volume up. Okay, so with that PSP7 Pro, there is, let me turn it so you guys can see it. Something has to physically touch it or break the IR for that to go off and start scanning. Then once it scans for 30 seconds. I have never had something on command go up, touch it, and then speak through it. Now, oftentimes at Dr. Ghost Hunters, we like to look for at least 2 pieces of evidence to overlap with each other. What the hell was that? What was that? I mean, it sounded like the REM pod. The REM pod go off? Surely you guys heard that. Yeah? Can you do that again? Now, there's a REM pod that the owner has on the other side of that door. Do you think that was it? There's a tablet. Can you guys hear this? Oh, yes. Thank you. Goldie, is that you? So what I was starting to say earlier is that usually when I come into a home, I introduce myself, introduce the gear a little bit. So my name's Chad, and I traveled here from Salt Lake City. And I've got these pieces of equipment here that are here to make contact with you. And then these things, these cameras here are to try to capture evidence of what we think is either the afterlife or I suspect maybe there's something different. Maybe you're from a different realm, dimension, or time. But I'd love to interact with you. And of course, I don't mean to come in and spook you, startle you, aggravate you. But if there's anyone who wants to chat and communicate, that's what I'm here for. Now, the device that's on the rocking chair, if you go up and touch the antenna that's poking up on it, the lights will go off. You did it just a moment ago. I'm curious if you can go do that again. There's also a black box device that's sitting on the table. It's got a little red light on it. If you go up and touch it, you have to like physically touch it. It'll start scanning and you're going to hear a noise and you can talk through it. There you go. That's perfect. I think I could hear you almost walking in here before that went off, but that's perfect. I'm going to turn on this thing. It may beep. Just another recording device is all. We can communicate through that device. So I'm going to ask you some questions. Now, if you would like to communicate with me, will you go ahead and make that device light up again? Goldie, are you here? I'm here in front of your rocking chair, and we've got some equipment set up. That red device that you had just touched was called a REM pod. Can you go up and touch that REM pod for me? You were doing great of that just a moment ago. So guys, just to recap, right before that REM pod went off, I was hearing just a couple of clicks upstairs. And again, it wasn't footsteps, but it's like I heard up on the second floor is like tap, tap. Yes. That's the REM pod, and that is blue. That is perfect. I love it. So there are different colors on that REM pod, as you will see. That one was blue. Can you try again, and let's see if you can make another one go off? Another color. Give it a little press there. Let's see if you can do it. If you guys could only see my setup right now, this is so ridiculous. I've got like 4 cameras going just to bring you this. Goldie, this is a beautiful, beautiful home. I'd like to chat with you. Goldie, I'm a physician. I understand that Goldie passed away of natural causes here in the home. Would you like to talk about your health? I'll give you a free consultation if you would like to chat with me. Do you guys here not like cameras? Because it seems like when I didn't have the cameras rolling earlier, there was a lot more activity. And look, I could understand it if there's different rules or different things that you have to follow. You know, maybe you can't be on camera. I'm cool with that, but could you just tell me? One of the cameras. Darn it. Well, this is tough because, you know, part of me exploring here and part of me being alone is, in fact, like to film this. And, you know, I've been to other locations where it's definitely been the case that some of the spirits there don't want to be on camera. And that's cool. Is there a way for you to communicate with me without showing yourself on camera? Draw himself down. What else would you want to talk about? I understand. So, guys, for those of you watching, this is tricky, right? Like, I'm here essentially talking to nothing because nothing's responding, but I know this place is loaded with paranormal activity. So then you get in a spot and it's like you want to try different techniques. And I don't want to keep peppering them with the same questions that they probably get every night of the year. There's the tap again. Whenever I hear the tap, that REM pod will go off. Is it when I just talk to you? Tap again. Can you hear it? There, see, it did it. It did it on command. And it's blue. So, like, do I just ignore them and don't talk to them and I just talk to you? That was on command. Like, I heard the taps. It's almost like something's upstairs and I can hear it. And then it comes over and taps this thing. And that's the REM pod. That's not the temperature. Like, something has to activate it. So, you know what? I'm just going to act like I'm just living here in the house. They don't have to perform. They're not performers. At one point, they were human. They don't owe me anything. So we're going to switch up our tactic. No more call out, at least not for now. Makes it hard to watch, but appreciate everyone hanging in here with me. So when you investigate, you try different tactics. Upstairs REM pod. Can you guys hear it? And that one. Goes. There it goes. There it goes. I could hear the upstairs one go off too. Tell me, guys, put in the chat, comment in the chat. I want to be able to chat with you. Like, next steps. We're just going to keep talking to this blank screen because that's when the activity seems to happen. I wonder if we try an EVP. And I'm not going to call to them. I'm just going to see if we hear anything. I get the sense with the taps upstairs and then the upstairs REM pod go off. And now this one. Yeah, see, they're here. They just don't want me peppering them. Let's see if we can capture them saying anything. I just think these spirits don't want to be bothered. They just want their damn house. Let's see if we capture anything. Yeah, they're not here to put on a show. I just want to live in this house. It wouldn't surprise me in the slightest if we hear something here. If you guys are in the chat, I can't see any of it. I hope you're in the chat. I hope you're watching this afterwards. Let's see what we can hear. I just think these spirits don't want to be bothered. They just want their damn house. Let's see if we capture anything. It's going one by one. Yeah, they're not here to put on a show. I just heard something. I just want to live in this house. It's like it was going up and testing the colors of the REM pod. Did you guys hear anything on here? I just think these spirits don't want to be bothered. They just want their damn house. Nothing. I'm shocked by that, to be honest with you. They do seem to be more engaged when I'm chatting with the blank iPad. So, hell, you know what? Let's try this. Now, the reports were that Goldie, who lived in this home, was, I think that she was alone when she died because they didn't find her for a day in the rocking chair. Let's see. Yeah. So, I tell you what, maybe, just maybe, this lady who went by Goldie simply wants company in her home and she just wants to have a chat. So, let's do an experiment, a different way to investigate. This isn't pitch black. This isn't screaming at her. This isn't demanding her to do anything. Let's try something. Goldie, um, I've got a theory and I want to test it. My theory is that you just want to live in this house and maybe you want some company. So let me just chat with you. And I'm going to tell you about my week at work. How about that? So you're going to get real uncut me just talking to a spirit. Let's see what happens. So, Goldie, I get patients who come in who can be quite sick. No, Goldie, let me tell you this story. This one sucks. So, I've had this patient that I've known for almost a decade. And I won't give away any of her info, but I've known her and her husband, treated them both. I see them both many times per year. And I know them quite well. I know what they do. I just heard that tap upstairs. And they would go do storage locker auctions where they go and buy old storage lockers and they do auctions. Um, this patient had a tough past year. Her mom died, and her health had been okay, but her husband's health had been waning. She went through a terrible situation with her siblings. What did I tell you? And maybe that's something, Goldie, that you can relate to. With her mom's death, the siblings were fighting over the house and who would get what, and it really tore her up. It was really hard for her mentally, but she persevered and got through some tough times. And then Tuesday, I was off work Monday. Tuesday morning, I get a message when I come back into work that over the weekend, she was moving boxes because they were moving houses, and she just moved out of her house. Maybe you could relate to this in some way of being attached to a home. She had lived in that house. I think she was young. She's an older patient now. She had just sold the home and was told that the contractor or the person who bought it was a contractor and he was going to demolish the home. Within weeks of her moving out, she's packing up boxes. She gets headache per the ER report. She vomits. She's dead within a day of a stroke. Just like that. Otherwise healthy. And that sucks. It's that tap. Surely you guys heard that. Okay. These taps now, they're on my floor. Before they were upstairs. One's in the kitchen. And, to get that message that she had passed away of this stroke, like, without any warning. That's really tough. Of course, her husband's devastated. Those things are really hard. The dog outside. So yeah, that was a tough thing at work. Tap in this room. Goldie, I'm sure you've been through some tough times, and of course, you going through your death of natural causes. You know, when you go through tough times, what do you do? Like, say you get bad news. What did you enjoy doing for relief? If you speak into this, I might be able to hear you. I'm just going to play back in real time, see if we can hear anything. So, death of natural causes. You know, when you go through tough times, what do you do? Like, say you get bad news. What did you enjoy doing for relief? If you speak into this, I might be able to hear you. Nothing. Nothing. So, me trying to experiment and see if talking to her directly would work, and it did not by telling a story. So, let's go back to what worked before. That's me not talking to her and seeing if anything happens. So, I'm going to sit in silence for a moment. And let's see if we can hear any movement. But I think we're an hour and a half into this. I don't, to be honest, like, no part of me wants to go into the basement. Like, just because it's creepy. But unfortunately, I tested it earlier and the Wi-Fi works down there. So I think we got to do it though. We didn't come here to not do it. My dad would do it. That crazy man. He'd go banging on the walls of this place. Jason would do it. Jason might do it. He also might come sleep at the foot of my bed if he gets afraid. But those guys would do it. So I think we got to go in the basement. Let's give it another minute. So the next step is going to be basement. I have the laser grid, which can look pretty good visually for viewers. And so perhaps, I tell you what, maybe this will be the finale. And do the basement, we don't get anything, call it a night. Everyone on here, if you like the video, you hit the like button. I'll gather up the stuff, we'll go downstairs, we'll go in the dark, turn on the laser grid, we'll get all of our gear going. It will be visually cool to watch. For me, it will be terrifying. But we'll see what we can find down there. What do you think? Did we just make contact with Goldie, one of the owners of the home? I don't know. It's on her rocking chair. It's the only thing we've had active during this live stream. I will tell you that I'm not looking forward to turning off the live stream. I wholeheartedly believe that when the cameras go off, this place is going to go bonkers. All right. I think it's time for me to move. And guess what? The SB7 Pro still don't do anything. So all right. Let's throw on the command center so you guys can have something to look at as we move around. Let's make it look better. There we go. Did that command center camera move? I mean, I thought it was a little bit better positioned. Anyway, all right. It's been a long day. I'm starting to run out of steam, but we will persevere. Okay, so let's go up to command center. Let's grab our stuff. Let's go in the basement. Let's turn off all the lights. Make it scary as shit. You see me lose my mind when something scary happens. And I'll go cry myself to sleep. Sound like a plan? Okay. I'm going to flip around this camera. Maybe. So you guys can see me. Okay, we can take this one off just for a moment. Good. Okay. So let's do some things here. So I do think that there's security all over this house, which is great. She has cameras set up everywhere, so we'll be able to review the footage. But I think I'll leave a few pieces of gear out overnight and see if any of the cameras capture them. I think it will. We've been in places before where sometimes the spirits just don't care and they'll just communicate or they'll just do their thing. But we've also been to places where if they don't like to be on camera, I know it sounds weird, or maybe there's just not ghosts, right? Like I know Jamie right now, if she's watching this, she's probably, oh my God, there's just not ghosts and that's why you don't catch them. Maybe, or maybe not. Maybe they just don't want to be on camera. I think in this place, I wonder if they don't want to be on camera. That's okay. So cleaning this up tomorrow is going to be brutal. This lady. All right. So I'm heading back to command center just basically to regroup and grab my stuff. Oh yeah, nothing like just walking by rooms with doors that are open, just creepy. That motion box seems like it's dead. Should have gone off. Okay. It's definitely very cold up here. Let's add. All right, guys, I'm gonna hustle, I promise. I'm trying to freeze. Oh, no, it's just... Okay, so basement. Where are you? Let's do this. Okay, basement is here. A lot of space downstairs. So, a lot of space, a lot of darkness. So let's go with lots of lights. Because lights visually for the peeps will be good, because I tell you what, at this rate where we're going right now, we are highly unlikely to have this produced into a full video. So we're going to need something to turn on the lights to make it entertaining. Now, what do you guys think? Portal box or silence? Sometimes portal box is nice. It's creepy when it goes off. I think we go with the portal box. We're going to go with this guy, Paralamp, because REM pod. Well, I guess the REM pod did go off a little bit downstairs, didn't it? It's the only thing that has gone off. So let's do that. Let's chug this coffee. I mentioned this real quick, and I promise I'm not stoned. We'll get to it. Just taking a little breather. The Creeps, Ghost Commandos guys, came over and helped me. Adam and Alec Tillery. Now, Adam wrote a book, I think he said almost a decade ago. It's called Mischievous. You can get it on Amazon. It's cheap. You know, I've read through the first quarter of it so far. It talks about his stories of the paranormal growing up and in the house that he had that was haunted. It's a great read. If nothing else and you want to go support them, just go buy the book. I was lucky enough to have him sign it. So very much appreciate that, guys. That's Mischievous by Adam Tillery. Okay. So we're going to go portal box. We're going to go my lantern. We're going to go with, I think I'm going to take this off. Hopefully I've got enough battery. I think I do. If not, it'll be a bummer. So we're going to take this. Oh my Lord, I just dropped a camera. Not ideal. We're going to flip this around. Okay, we're going, I promise. Hang in there with me. You guys, this is a total disaster trying to do this with a one-man band. Okay. We want the back camera. There we go. Doing things. Got that. Very good. Aye. What a joke. Okay. I think I've got everything I can carry. Look at this. The things I do for you guys. Let's be honest, I'm doing it for myself, but I also want to bring you an experience. So we're trying. Okay, now this is creepy shit. I've seen that look before. Usually it means you're in trouble. Creepy staircase. Oh my God. Old man, you better be awake right now and watching this. I'm only doing this because I know you would go down there and do the same. Oh God, damn it. Look at this. It's like in the back of the house. You know what? Ryan Bergara, he gets terrified to investigate alone, and he went alone. It is massive for an 1800s home. Let me show you around. Architecture's pretty cool. I tell you, it could just be the streaming service I'm using, but I have yet to see a single comment in here, and I'm at the delirious point of my night. Where is there a REM pod? Can you hear it? Where is it? Did I leave a REM pod somewhere? Oh, you guys, this balloon. Why is that balloon moving? Look. Where is the sound of that REM pod? Can you hear it? Surely you can hear it. What the fuck? Oh, yeah, just 3 Blair Witch style chairs. My iPad, which is my POV, seems to be lagging quite a bit. Okay, so I'm in the basement. Oh no, it's my phone that's lagging. God damn it. Okay, we're gonna do it. I don't like it. Okay. Did you hear that? As soon as I turned that on, it said stay close. All right, guys, we're almost there. All righty. Let's do some rearranging. Command center gone. All right. Here you go. So, hopefully that gives you guys a clear shot. We're in the basement. I got the laser grid, the REM pod, the tripwire. Hello. Is there anyone down here with me? That was me bumping the tripwire or the laser grid. My name is Chad. I come with a group called Dr. Ghost Hunters. And we are here. I just saw I don't know. I think my eyes are playing tricks on me. It's what we talked about earlier. Is that corner of your eye seeing things. Is there anyone down here with me? If so, could you give me a sign that you're here if you would like to communicate? You can talk through that device, or you can go touch any of those purple or pink lights and use your energy. You should be able to manipulate those colors. And we can see them change. Can you give me a sign of your presence? I got a tour earlier from the owner, Steph. She was very nice. She's been updating this home with furniture and promoting it so that its legacy will live on. What do you think about the changes that she's made to the home? Guys, how's the quality? For those of you watching at home, either comment or text me if you're watching this. In one of my cameras, the quality looks really good. The other quality, it looks super grainy. Can you give me a sign of your presence here? You know, I will say that part of the history that I learned is that perhaps there were, I just bumped the laser grid, so it may have shifted, that perhaps there were some procedures that happened down here that maybe you don't want to talk about. They were medical procedures. You know, I'm a physician. I'm open to giving people the care that they need. So if you're hiding, like if you're here because of that, you're hiding because of that, you don't need to hide from me. Can you give me a sign of your presence? I may just stay down here just for another moment or two. I understand that my camera is a bit grainy, so it may be hard for people to see. So I have these cameras set up to where people around the world can watch. And what was that? It seems like I heard you say something in there. I'm just going to switch around my camera a little bit. There we go. For those of you watching at home who commented, I'm going to try and switch around my camera, see if this is a little bit better for you. Brandy, thanks for chiming in. Okay, there we go. So, oh, now I thought I just heard a voice that wasn't through that portal. If that was you, can you give me a sign? Can you say something? Can you tell me your name? Tell me your name, please. I tell you what, if you give me a sign of your presence, my wife just sent me a photo of my dogs. If you want to see a picture of dogs, give me a sign. You don't seem to like to talk through that portal, so I tell you guys what. Before we wrap this up, we're going to go in silence here. I hope that when you guys have heard, or when I've said that I've heard the taps, I hope you can hear those taps. So I'm going to give you a chance now to hear them. I'm going to go turn this off. All right. For those of you at home, you want to experience the fear? Turn off your lights. Turn off your phones. Watch with me. Listen with me. I'll be quiet. I won't talk loud. Let's see if we hear anything. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to tour the basement. It's kind of in silence. Seems like every time I call out to them, nothing. That knock. Did you hear it? It was upstairs. It was right above me. It's always a knock. Like, is it the house just because it's so cold? Maybe. But why would the REM pod go off every time I heard the knock before? I think that water heater gives off some sounds that are messing with my head. Okay, I'm going to turn off this light. Bear with me just for a second. Sorry for the chin shot there. No one deserves an up close of my triple chin. What? What? Was that a giggle? Someone at home rewind that, just like right before I said that. It sounded like a giggle. Did anyone hear that? See if you can go check that. I mean, it sounded like a giggle. Oh, shit. Shoot. Hang on just a second. I'm trying to see. I got a message from someone watching, but I couldn't see it. So give me just a second. Oh, Brandy, are you serious? Okay, so my sister just texted me and said that she heard the giggle. Did anyone else hear that? I mean, she is my sister. She could be messing with me. I would undoubtedly mess with her, so it's fair. Anyone else? Did someone hear that giggle? Oh, man. I mean, it sounded like it was from back here. Oh, my dad heard it too. And a footstep. Oh, shit. Okay. We're heating up. So the key with this place, just like I said before, it's silence. Okay, you guys tell me. You want me to stay down here or do you want me to go back upstairs? Oh, people in the chats. I can't see the chats. I'm sorry, guys, if you're commenting in there, I can't see the chat. So, Dad, thanks for telling me. I just tried to turn on my GoPro, and my GoPro battery died. So, unfortunately, guys, if I stay down here, this live stream, this is what we're going to get. We're not going to get an edited video out of it, but it seems like the activity's good and you guys want me to stay. So I'm going to stay. And guys, I'm getting photos of the chat now. I am so sorry. I've not seen any of the chat. It's not coming through. So people who are texting me, if you're up for. Okay. So let me set this up. Okay, I'm getting text to stay longer, so I'll stay. Gosh, I really wish. That I had the GoPro, but I don't. So I've got digital audio. Okay. So guys, last time when I sat in silence, that seemed to do it. So unless you guys tell me otherwise, we're going to sit in silence and listen. This time, digital audio. Chad at the McInteer basement just heard a giggle. January 23rd, 2025. Just timestamp it. Okay, here we go. That was me knocking it. Okay. So it makes for hard video watching. But every time I try and talk to something up here, Goldie responded to me. Nothing else does. And then when I go quiet, I hear tap tap, and then something happens. And it seems like you at home are hearing even more than I am. I heard a girl giggle. So I think your best experience at home is me to shut up, you turn up your volume, and watch along with me. And for those of you who are texting me, for some reason I can't see the chat. So if something pops up, if you don't mind texting me, that'd be great. Okay. I just have a feeling we're going to hear something that's not going to be fun to be alone with. I'm telling you, it's building up. I can feel it. Something's going to happen. And I'm not going to like it. REM pod's going ape shit upstairs. Can you hear it? And it just stopped. I just get the sense there's going to be something really loud. These spirits, I don't think they like to be talked to. I don't think they like to be told what to do. That was me. It's my chair. There's a car going by. We'll give it just another couple minutes. I really wish I had my digital audio going with the girl giggling. Too many things taken care of. I didn't pay attention to it. I should have. That was me again. There's a knock. There's a little bit of light. Oh, that one gave me chills. There's a little bit of light from the next. And out of the corner of my eye, it looked like it just got not blacked out. It caught my eye. Almost like something blocked out the light. You know, it's so odd, these knocks upstairs, they don't sound like true footsteps to me. But every time they go off, something else happens. And when I shut up, they come on more. Okay. I think we should go back to the second floor. And I know we started there, we didn't get much, but the owners insisted that that's the place to be. You know, when I was in Goldie's, sitting by Goldie's chair, I heard it upstairs. Down here, I'm hearing it upstairs. So I think we should go back up there. This is tricky. Like, I don't love, and I know I've said this a few times, I don't love from the production standpoint of just sitting in silence. Like, that's really hard for people to watch. But I think I hope you guys know every time I point, because I think I'm hearing something. I point like it's obvious, like you can hear it too. I don't know if you can or not. I don't know why I can't see the chat though, but I'll go back and watch it afterwards. So I love everyone who's putting comments in there. Thank you. But I really get the sense. The rabbi. Can you hear it? Oh, and a creak. Do you ever just like, you're in the middle of something and you come to the realization of like, what in the hell am I doing? That's what I'm getting strong feelings of right now. Like, what am I doing? I'm in a haunted house, ghosts walking around. Upstairs, Rempa's going berserk, and I'm just here chilling in a haunted house. Couldn't just be satisfied with doing my doctor thing, being normal. Just coming, I'm out here for a work convention, like got appointed to this really big thing. Couldn't just be satisfied doing that. Nope. Oh, let's go to the most haunted place in Kansas by yourself. Okay, well, let's go figure out what the hell's walking around upstairs. Sound good? Let's do it. Hopefully, got something on here. So, you know, I know that as far as our crew goes, I know Jason and my dad are watching this. I'll tell Jamie and Sarah Nicole about it, but hopefully they're hearing enough on here that they feel good about coming to this place. I'll talk to you guys about what the place is once I leave, but from a hospitality standpoint, very good. Oh, sounded like something is being drugged across the room upstairs. Oh, mom, my mom just texted me that. Love the input, mom. That is terrifying. I don't want to go up there. All right, let's go do this shit. Now, the hard part is carrying all this shit in one trip. I won't come back. Good thing I turned off the lights, so All right, sorry guys, you're gonna get a little bit of that. Oh my god, I just heard another thing. All right, hang in there with me for a minute. That was me. Okay. Sure. While we're at it, let's do some shout outs here. Give some plugs. If you have not seen our video of the Haunted Hill House, you should really go watch that. That place is pretty wild. The evidence that we captured, we tried so hard to debunk it, and we can't. And it's just a terrifying place. So yeah, you should go check out that video. I've been posting more on TikTok lately, which I know about the TikTok thing, but some of the behind the scenes footage you'll get on there. So you want to go check us out there, Dr. Ghost Hunter 1. Oh my god. I'm dropping things. Okay, so let's come back here. So this is the kitchen. I'll tell you guys something. It's probably just because I'm a little concerned. And it's just scary. Boy, I got myself all dusty. Just a little odd turning a corner, walking up a staircase. But a little bit dirty here. My intuition is telling me not to go upstairs. Maybe it's because my mom texted me and told me it sounds like a body's being dragged across the floor. She used those exact words, but need to do it. Second floor is where it's at. You guys aren't staying up late to watch me cry about being scared. So let's go. At least I do have someone here with me. I haven't been completely forthcoming about you guys. There is someone here, someone special and close to my heart. Say hello. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Say hi. She's special. And in case you were curious about what point in the night Chad starts to lose his mind, there you go. There it is. So mark that down. What are we? 11:30 Central. That's it. You found it. So there's that. Okay. Let's see if I can get all my ducks in a row here. So guys, for those of you still watching, okay, that was that rattling. We're gonna do a second floor. We're gonna hit it hard. And then we're gonna leave the gear rolling, and I will not stop this live stream until I'm out of the house. But let's keep rolling. I'm gonna keep rolling as long as you guys keep watching. You guys get to see what's upstairs before I do. It stinks. It stinks. Sorry, I know it's not a flattering view. There's a smell. Smell's gone. Okay. So let's get into it. How you guys feeling about this 2-camera rig here? You guys can see me and see the activity. Hopefully it's good for you guys. If you guys don't like it at home, text me, or if the comments are blowing up about it and they don't like it, someone at home send me a text about it and we'll take it off me. So let me get you guys a good view. How's that just in my face? Okay, so let's switch this around. Give me just a second. Again, you're seeing kind of the backstage component of this. Okay, so Jason just texted me and asked me to describe the smell. Honestly, Jason, it's I know what this is going to sound like, and it was only brief. Oh, that's my reflection in the mirror. Oh my God, look at that left screen. How creepy is that? The smell is only a brief second. It smelled like rotten eggs. It was gone. I know that's not the smell that you want to smell, but that's what it smelled like. Yeah, I see that reflection. Thanks, Brandy. I'll get that switched up here. So I appreciate you telling me. Okay, so let's hit up that one. I'm going to switch around this camera. We're going to be ready to roll here in just a second, guys. Okay. So let's get this off of here. Let me see what's going to be the best. I still think that door is going to be the best way to go. I'll move that chair a little bit. Let's get it looking good. So anyone who's here, if you like to play chess, I will move that chair back. We've got this cat ball here. Don't know if you're familiar with the ways of the cat ball. Go up and give it a good smackaroonie. And it'll move, light up. And I'll be happy. So let's see, what else can I tell you guys? So at the Hill House, I know I keep talking about that, but it's the most recent on my mind. There's actually a really big crowd of people who are like firm disbelievers of the Hill House, which is interesting. And I don't necessarily know why. I think there's some social, political things with it. But there's some people who are very adamant that it's fake. I really don't think it is. The evidence that we captured was so incredible, and the experiences that we all had. I just don't know how you can go to those lengths to fake that. All right, guys, tell me what your thoughts are. Do you want me to use the portal or silence? Seems like silence has been pretty creepy, but you guys want silence or the portal box? Let me know what you think. Brandy, if you're still awake, hit me up. You've been awesome. Everyone on the crew, Mom, Dad, Jason, you guys have been great. Let me know, silence or the portal box. Silent. Okay, you got it. I really wish I could see the chat. That really bums me out. But guys, I'm going to be so excited to get back tonight and read through the chat. So please keep them coming. Yeah, silence for a while. Okay, you got it. And then I think I'm going to go lights off. And then we're going to hit up this here. Okay, so anyone here who has any desire to come chat, now's the time. I am still filming, but a lot of people are watching, and we'd love to hear from you. I just turned off that light going downstairs. The creepiness level is like, where's my camera? The creepy level when I turn off that light, through the roof. So here's what we're going to do. Shadow figures, if you're just joining us, one of the most haunted places in the Midwest. Shadow figures have been captured with some regularity in that hallway, that one right there. So what we've got set up is REM pod in the hallway. We've got paralamp in the hallway. Okay. We've got cat ball. We've got tripwire. Now you see one of those lights is already red. That's okay. And then we're going to have laser grid. So we're going to detect movement. That's what we're going to look for. And also, going dark. Let me ask you this. Who's giving you a solo investigation in the dark with all their gear, or they're hearing things being dragged? Drugged? I don't know. Dr. Ghost Hunters. I know that's cheesy, but you have to say it. So here we go. Let's see what we can find. If you haven't done so already, guys, please like. If you enjoy the content, subscribe, share, post on your socials. That would be great. You can share on Facebook, where I'm trying to get a bigger presence as well. So let's do this. Okay, so just like before, we're gonna go silence. Do you guys hear anything? Let me know. It sounded like it came from like out that way. Now also, to make it even more creepy, there's a bathroom like right through there. It is dark as the night. It's right back that way. That was my stomach growling in case you heard it. So there's just, oh shit, you're not gonna be able to see it. There's like a light or a shadow up there. Maybe it was me moving. I'm gonna move this. You guys hear that thump? It could have been outside. I don't think, guys, sitting in this silence is so, and psychologically, it's a trip. And it's weird. I wonder I sit in silence at my home all the time, no problem. And I wonder psychologically how much it plays a role into it. Of course, hearing a little kid giggle when you're in the that's my stomach. When you're in the basement, doesn't help that at all. So I wonder how much the psychological component is to this fear. So, 2.5 hours in the investigation. It's about this amount of time, couple minutes, sit in silence. I talk to you guys and not to them. And the thumps start. On the first floor, the thumps turn into REM pod. In the basement, it parlayed into a giggle, something being dragged, and more thumps. Let's see what we get here. Man, I wish I could chat it up with you guys. That's really a bummer. I don't know who's running this production on my end, but it's really a missed opportunity. It would sure be a lot easier on me if I could see your chat. Glad that you guys were able to hear that. I had plans of using a microphone, like one on me and then one outside and plugging it in, but it's hard, like setting all this up and just there's so much stuff to do. It doesn't seem like a lot, but there's a lot that goes into it, and I just lost track of time. It's interesting. Look at that tripwire. You guys see that? It's fluctuating from red to yellow. I think it's just the battery for that. Sound like there's something there in the bathroom. Story time worked last time, so we'll go stories. Hopefully you guys don't mind me telling like behind the scenes stories of DGH as we pass the time. But when Jason and I went to Arizona last year, Globe, Arizona, if you're an investigator and you're looking for places to go, Globe is fantastic. They have the, I think, 1910 Gila jail, which was pretty incredible with activity, lots of motion box activity there. And then they have a YMCA that's over 100 years old too. And actually, on the Watcher podcast with Shane and Ryan, they had on a Twitch streamer, paranormal investigator. I forget his name. Apparently super popular. But they asked him what his top 3 most scary locations were. And number 2, Jason, you'll be interested to hear this, was actually the YMCA in Globe that we went to last year. We did a paranormal I mean, I'm sure you guys felt that. Yeah. Right? Like you guys heard that. What's over? Oh, good. It's just, your classic library bookcase making noises like you do. But that was like 5 feet from me. That YMCA in Globe, that place was crazy. Like we had so many light anomalies. Yeah, Jason's asking the YMCA. Yeah, the YMCA. He even said from Globe specifically that the YMCA up on the second floor that he had crazy activity, and we had some wild activity there too for like the first hour. We heard a whistle, so like the claims were of a whistle, and sure enough, at the end of the night, we go to the spot where they're like, "Yeah, there's a whistle," and we heard a whistle. It was faint, and so it wasn't a jump scare, and it doesn't stand out as one of our best captures, but it was interesting. But there was like a ghost or some sort of strange noises coming out of that bathroom is where I was going with it, because I said the bathroom is right over here. That YMCA bathroom was something else. Before the live stream even started, it was going crazy. Even Jason heard it from like command center. It was wild. Um, yeah, well, guys, I heard the noise right here, but interestingly, I haven't heard much in this room. So give it some more silence. Seems like usually story time has perked it up. Now, the one thing that we haven't done, or that I haven't done a lot of, is like ask specific questions about the people in the house. If you guys are up for that, before we turn it in, like we could do it. The owner has said that will stir them up. Adam and Alec that I mentioned before from Creeps, they were sitting in this very room. They were starting to get some responses from the portal box when I would ask about them. So tell me, guys, shoot me a text. Let me know if that's an angle we should go down. I know that those questions didn't work downstairs with Goldie, but I'm just curious up here if they might. So I'm going to do it. And I think mindset for me is, aside from just talking to you guys to keep you entertained as we go through here, is techniques, trying different techniques. And of course, it's scary and you want to follow those things. But I really try hard to liken it to any human, right? You have a conversation about something, someone doesn't want to talk about it. I don't keep peppering. I'm like, switch it up, be quiet, let them talk, or ask them about themselves, or change the topic. And who knows if these are once humans who were here, maybe they just want to talk about something else than me talking about a YMCA in a place they've never been. So, man, it sure would be nice if my watch would tell me about all these texts that I've been getting. Okay, chat question. Someone said ask about their favorite book or favorite color. Very good. Oh, that was Jen Nichols to ask about favorite book or favorite color. Yeah, we can definitely do that. So let's do it. Yeah, let's chat about this. So I'm going to try and approach. We heard that kid, the little kid downstairs. Maybe there's a kid following us. Let's see if we can get interaction from a kid. So, hello, any of the little buddies in the home who have been following me around? I may have heard you giggle downstairs. You're welcome to come hang out with me. And I've got some stuff that you can play with. Any of the things that have lights on it are fair game. If you're on the hallway and you see one of those little green lights, you want to come up and grab one? Yeah, do it. If you're, you can see my reflection over there just for people at home. Just know that's not anything. It's like right there. The pink lights, if you go up and touch them, I'll know you're here. There's even a ball in the chair if you're in the room with me and I just can't see. Then you can go up and touch them. But also, that pink light out there in the hallway, it has an antenna on it. And if you go touch it when I ask you a question, then I'll know that the answer might be yes. Or you can just talk to me. I mean, if I heard you giggle, maybe you can talk to me. So some of my friends who are watching this want to know if you can tell me your favorite color. You know, if you go touch the little antenna on that thing out there in the hall, it'll change different colors. Maybe you can show me your favorite color. What about a favorite book? You know, we're in a little library here. Maybe you've got a favorite. You know, maybe I heard a voice. It sounded like if there was one from outside. Maybe if you're not a kid, maybe an adult. Do you have a favorite book? I only asked just because the current room I'm in seems to be a library. Have you heard of Mischievous by Adam Tillery? Available on Amazon. I heard something. You know, I don't know that I have like an all-time favorite book. I read a lot of like medical books and science books for decades in school, so reading's not necessarily my jam in my free time. What about you? You have a favorite? Well, I want to talk to perhaps the previous um, owner of the home or the children of the owner. I understand that you were from Ireland. You know, my dad's been to Ireland quite a few times. He had to go for work. I've had friends who have been there too, and they've enjoyed it. I hear it's beautiful. I hear that the Irish like to drink beer. Are you a beer drinker? If I brought in some beers, you want to drink beer? It's dry January, so I'll be breaking some rules, but things I'll do, hang out with you. I'm curious what brought you from Ireland to Kansas. Can you tell me about that? And if anything I say, if like I hit a topic at all, you know, feel free to go activate those lights and that'll kind of let me know to stay on topic so I'm not just floating around a bunch of ideas to you. What else about you? What should I know? Are you able to move on from this home? Are you kept here against your desire? I think I'm hearing things. Can you guys hear anything? You know, some people speculate that if there are a lot of spirits in a location, that it could be because there's what we call like a portal, and no one knows what a portal truly is, but we suspect it's an entry point into our realm from your realm. Do you know anything about it? So I'll tell you, Jason and I, he's my buddy. I don't know if you can like know who he is just through us talking or not, but he's my doctor buddy, and we usually go around and investigate together. He just couldn't make it out this time because I was out here on short notice. But one time we took a photo that could look at temperatures, and we saw this big blob of dark air that shouldn't have been there. And we had a whole bunch of activity from George Melvin Close. I don't know if you know him or not. We think he resides in Utah. He was a Purple Heart recipient, but we thought that that was a portal. Any of this ring true? You know about any of this? No. All right. Tell me about the local food. I had Taco Bell for dinner. I got to admit, it's not what you would call heart healthy. It's not recommended by the American Heart Association. I don't like to admit it to Jason, but I heard that there was a pasta place nearby that was pretty good. Willie's? I actually think it's called Willie's. Jason and I joke, because the last place we went, there was a spirit there named Willie, but there's a bar here named Willie. Willie's, I think. Is Willie's any good? Do you need to eat as a spirit? Or can you eat? Are you able to eat? You know, here's something we should do. What am I doing? Like an idiot. I'm asking you questions. I don't have a recorder going. You think I would learn from when I was in the basement? People. I don't know what I'm doing. Chad, second floor, Kansas, January 23rd, 2025. I've got a device here if you want to chat with me. Right into it. Tell me about food. What's your favorite food? I have a few different. My favorite dessert is ice cream, but it has to have mix-ins. It's got to have Reese's peanut butter cup, ideally cashews, plus or minus hot fudge, as long as it doesn't melt the ice cream. Favorite food? I've got a lot of them. Depends on the day. Depends how many miles I ran. Pizza can hit the spot. The hell is that? Seriously, what the hell is that? You like pizza? You do like, but what are you lighting up? I can't even see it. I mean, it sounds like the REM pod, but guys, it's coming from in here. Oh boy, well, shit's gonna get weird again. So, so I was checking out some people at home are asking questions. We'll come back to my food preferences here in just a second. I was curious, and I asked you this before, but I never got a response. Right now, outside, it is really cold. Like it's brutal cold. Can you can you feel or sense heat or cold? Can you feel other senses in the same way that you could when when you were alive? Can you feel pain? Upstairs just creaked. That definitive. First time since I've been up here. Can you tell me more about your pain? Or if you can feel it? Okay, let's listen. Let's take a listen.
Second floor, Kansas, January 23rd, 2025. Got a device here if you want to chat with me.
I'm holding up the recorder for the phone so you guys can hear.
Tell me about food. What's your favorite food? My favorite dessert is ice cream, but it has to have mixes. It's got to have Reese's peanut butter cup, ideally cashews, plus or minus hot fudge, as long as it doesn't melt the ice cream. Favorite food? I've got a lot of them. Depends on the day. Depends how many miles I run. Pizza can hit the spot.
You know, I don't know what that beeping was. You know, Jason texted me and said, was there beeping? There is, and I still don't know where that beeping came from. Like, it sounds like the temperature on the REM pod beeping. But I'm staring right at it. You guys can see it, and that temperature little red light didn't go off. Like, what the hell is that? So look at this, guys. I'm shining the light. There's nothing else that should be beeping. That's really weird. Let's see if we get a response to the question about heat and cold and pain, or if I can hear that thud. Definitely heard the thud.
So I was checking out some people. Yeah, you were asking questions.
I don't seem to acknowledge it though. Huh, that's weird.
Back to my food preferences here in just a second. I was curious, and I asked you this before, but I never got a response. Right now, outside, it is really cold. Like, it's brutal cold.
Oh, yeah, I heard it.
Can you feel or sense heat or cold?
The light just dimmed.
Can you feel other senses in the same way that you could when you were alive? Can you feel pain? Upstairs is great. Now, definitive. First time since I've been up here. Can you tell me more about your pain? Or if you can feel it?
Yeah, I didn't. No definitive responses there. Oh no. Oh no, my light's gonna go out. No. All right, guys. If there are any final techniques that you want me to try, I'm reading about them now. So, Mom, thanks for texting them to me. Creeps, thanks for chiming in. The lady Kara, I think it is. Thanks for your message. Jen, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Jen Nichols. Diana, thanks for chiming in as well. Okay, so if you have any final recommendations for investigation techniques, now's the time to do it. Otherwise, I'll have you guys walk through the house with me. We'll set up some gear. I would love to know what you guys want to see gear-wise overnight. I mean, this place will be all secured up and it's got alarms and cameras everywhere that the owner watches, but I'll leave the CCTV. Mine running overnight. I'll come back and get it tomorrow, but we can leave out some gear and see. So Let's turn on the light. Oh. Let's get some lights on. Guys, I still don't understand what in the world was beeping. Like, how weird was that? Like, I wonder, do I have the REM pod on just inside or just outside? Just outside of here? No, there isn't even another REM pod out here. How bizarre. I mean, you guys clearly heard that. Jason texted me about it. How bizarre. Yeah. Beautiful chandelier. Look at this thing. Okay, well, let's go move some stuff back. I think I'll start wrapping up over here. Yeah, the weird thing is, Jason said, hey, I heard the beep, but I didn't see the REM pod lights go off, and neither did I, man. That was really weird. And what comes to mind, there it is again. Now, that was definitely this, because you can see the blue light go off. Right? Yeah. So, I mean, that was definitely this REM pod. But I didn't see the light go off before. Anyone else see the light when that thing was beeping? It just makes me think about how she said there was a mimic. So that's just kind of interesting to me. I don't know. Okay, so here's what I think we're going to do is... Tell me what y'all think about this. I'm going to come grab the stuff. I'm going to start cleaning up in here. And then let's have a chat. Let's go over stuff. Let's talk. I really wish you guys could, or I wish I could see your questions and we could just kind of chat about it in here. But I'll give you my kind of final thoughts on this place, tell you about how to book, and let's kind of review the whole bit of it, if that sounds good. So if anyone's up for it and you can continue watching, I would love it. Even if just a couple of people, as I'm still in here, would be great. And I tell you what, if you all want to conspire against me and see me quiver, everyone log off and scare the hell out of me. But let me go grab some things and let's chat. So I'll be right back. Keep an eye on Command Central here, and maybe you'll pick up on some things. Now, I just saw here, it was probably dust, but that light anomaly, quite bizarre to shoot straight upward. Especially, there's not a lot of airflow through the house, and there certainly isn't airflow in the attic. So that's a bit odd. But keep an eye on that just for a second. I'll be right back. Yeah, the oddest thing, I don't understand the sound of the REM pod light going off inside of that room. It was when I was asking about food, and I think talking about like cold and pain. just as the chat had asked about. So that was really odd. Just don't know what to make of it. So right now I'm just putting away some stuff. I should go through all this stuff with you guys so you guys can kind of check it out. So motion detector little coffin box. I like it a lot. It is pricey. I want to say this one was like $350 through one of the online sites. It's very cool from a visual standpoint. We don't get a lot of activity with it. When it does go off, especially in conjunction with other stuff, it can be pretty chilling. But it's a fun one. That's for sure. The REM pods, everyone knows them. If you guys haven't checked it out, Jason and I made a couple of videos on what will set off a REM pod. And like, there are ways you can be tricked by REM pods. Walkie-talkies are a huge one. So always be a little bit skeptical about REM pods when you see them go off, especially if you're watching television shows or if you're not the person there. They can be manipulated. So what we call those videos are ghost labs, where we try to apply a bit more science from our doctor background into debunking or creating some of the paranormal stuff. And we did 2 on the REM pods, 2 ghost labs. And you can go check those out on our channel. I think they're pretty good, but I am biased in that regard. SP7 Pro. Weird. Didn't go off today. Shocker. If that thing ever goes off, you know some real serious shit's going down. But I don't think we have to worry about that anytime soon. Okay, I'm almost done putting this stuff away, and then we'll have a chat about the recap of the home. So thanks for everyone for sticking around in there, hanging out with me. It's much appreciated. Makes me feel like I'm not, in fact, alone in this quite haunted location. Okay. So we've got some things. You guys, it is so cold in here. When I started the investigation earlier tonight, it was 60 degrees in the house, which I know is not cold, but it feels quite cold. I bet it's 50 something in here now, is my guess. Okay. So coffee still hits. I'm almost there, I promise. You guys would be so proud of me. I had a leftover burrito from Taco Bell and Jason. I'm not going to eat it. That's restraint. Restraint is when you can hold yourself to 4 Taco Bell burritos instead of 5. If you guys repeat any of this to my doctor buddies, I will deny all of it. Deny it forever. Okay. But unfortunately, Jason's watching and he's one of my doctor buds. Let's throw this way. So I think the true question is going to be, do I leave gear around here? Holy shit. What was that? Hello? Did you guys just hear that? You guys hear something out there in the hallway? Seriously. Like something shuffled. Did you guys hear it? Hello? Like seriously. Goosebumps everywhere. Could you guys hear that? Could you hear that? Okay. That was me. I'm sorry. Sorry, that one just fell. Did you guys hear that? Seriously, it sounded like something was being dragged like right there. Again, there's a tap. Am I crazy? Are you guys hearing this? Jason, if you're still up and watching that, did you hear that? Jason, you heard it? I mean, that was loud, right? Like, it sounded like it was right there. I mean, this should have picked it up. Sorry, let me. God, I can't wait to get back and read the chat, you guys. That was loud. Like, that was really fucking loud. It sounded like it was just right there. He said he heard the second one I commented. Dude, it's fucking right there. Brandy, you heard it too. Okay. To me, that was the loudest one. It was the closest one. Let's look it up. I mean, that's why we got the cameras, right? Let's do this, actually. I want both of these up. And you guys keep an eye out for me? Sorry, that's my tickets. All right. You guys keep an eye out for me? Oh, I don't want my back to be to it, but you guys can see out there, right? Okay. So you guys are my eyes. Wow, that's creepy. Fuck, again, there's still... All right. Is it past midnight? I didn't see. No events. I mean, the sound was there, but no movement. That was me. So, let's throw that in there. This in there. This one's closed up. So let's chat about some things. Okay, just throw on the jacket. All right, so let's have a talk about this place. It's just gonna keep going. Okay, so for those of you who stuck around throughout this entire investigation, I'd love to know your overall thoughts as I'm going through this. Again, I can't wait to go back. Once I get back to the hotel, I'm going to read through the comments, and I've appreciated each and every person who's been here so far. And if you haven't done so already, please like it, and feel free to share this on your social media or wherever you would like. A couple of thoughts. First of all, from a logistics standpoint, doing a solo investigation is really tough. Doing a solo investigation while also trying to film to make a video is incredibly difficult. And then trying to do it with the live stream is impossible. So I didn't get enough good GoPro data to be able to make a full video out of this, which is a bummer. But I think this is a good enough location that I should come back and maybe not live stream it, but make a video for you guys. And so I can feel the floor shaking. It's literally shaking. So logistically, a solo is really tough. The activity. Let's talk about the activity. Now, let's talk about the setup of the investigation. Now, this is tricky, and I think about this a lot, like literally all the time. That was me. Literally all the time, that if I have a live coming up or if we're going to be filming for something, it consumes all of my thoughts outside of work and during all my free time, I should say, of how to set up good experiments, like how to keep things engaging, how to try to communicate. You guys, there's fucking someone coming downstairs. It's shaking. Hey. I could feel the stairs shaking or my seat. Um, I could feel it. I could feel the floor like boom, boom, boom. I couldn't hear it, but I could feel it. So it's interesting because trying to think of good ways to set up something that's going to be good visually, plus also something that is the whole point of this is to engage with the paranormal is it's tricky to do. And then when you get in the moment and you're trying to do it, it's hard. Like it's tough. It's very psychologically stimulating, and I think that's part of why I like it a lot. But lastly is the activity. I can feel it again. It's so weird. I just want to point this at the door just in case. So, yeah, lastly, the activity at the house. Interesting, right? I think interesting. It's very interesting. So, no necessarily direct responses. Goldie's chair downstairs would fit a narrative that if there was an older woman who lived here by herself, died alone, that, you know, when I was just talking and telling stories, that's when the activity would seem to start. And that would fit with the narrative of a spirit who was a human and passed away and wanted to talk to someone. And so that would fit. REM pod would go off. She wanted to sit in her chair and listen to stories. So it's pretty cool. The second floor didn't necessarily produce, except when we were doing this, and then it felt like someone was walking on the stairs right behind me. Of course, we'll see what the cameras pick up tomorrow. But the basement, I am so happy that you guys were here watching, right? Because it's definitely one of those scenarios where for me, I thought I heard something. I thought I heard a giggle. And going back to the very beginning of this, when I said, hey, when you're alone and you think you hear something, are you hearing something? And of course, this is just my example and my one time shot of this, which is not proof. But, you know, Brandy, my sis, my parents, Jason, you guys text me and say, like, hey, I heard that. And that's pretty wild. Hearing a disembodied voice is super rare. But for us now, it's back to back and best. My video seems to have frozen. I think my battery's dead. Give me just 1 second. Because, can you guys hear me still? Hopefully you guys can still hear me. The audio is probably not as good. I think my phone died, but I'm going to recharge it right now because there's no way that I am stopping this live stream before I leave this house. So that is just not going to happen. So we're going to let that charge up here for just a couple of minutes. But I really thought that activity was interesting. I think that it would be a blast, and in the future we'll get our team out here and we'll even see if Creeps wants to come investigate with us. It's a great location. I'll put the comments in here once I leave, just of course for safety reasons I don't want to put on there, but interesting location. Would love to know what you guys think, and hopefully you guys are leaving in the comments. If not, type it in there. You know, if you think that, like, hey, this was bunk and you're just hearing an old house creak because it's 10 degrees outside, hit me up. I'd gladly entertain it. But that's the beauty of this. I hope you guys enjoy the live stream to the same extent that I enjoy bringing it to you. And I am going to fire this back up so that we can get out of here. And I think I'm going to leave this rolling overnight. The thing I don't want to have to do is come back tomorrow. But I think that's just going to have to be what we do. So, yeah. Hang on, let me fire this in there real quick. is, let me remove this. We'll go here. I think I am, full disclosure. Let's see, let me shut this down. I can just close this. Hang in there with me 1 second. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to flip around some cameras here. This shouldn't end it. What I'm doing right now might end the stream, but it shouldn't. Nope, we're still going. Okay, good. So, let's let that sleep. Shut that down. I'm gonna leave my computer. Sorry, you guys are just hearing me wrap up here. I promise we'll start chatting again here in just a moment. That should turn off. So I'm just trying to turn this off here real quick. And the TV is not turning off. Damn it. Okay, there we go. So I've got that all set up. Okay, guys. So you guys have been great for sticking around. Grab these pieces. I am not far, in case you have not gathered, from a very, very famous house for demonic activity in the US. And so I might go drive by there on the way home. If I do, I'll snap some photos perhaps and post those on our social media. For those of you who are not following along, please follow us on all the social medias. Again, I mentioned these earlier: Facebook, Instagram, the TikTok. We'll be on all of those. We are on all of those platforms, and I try to post to those regularly. So, all right, you guys are going to walk out here with me, and for every one of you who have watched this far, tonight, send me a message on any of the social media platforms tonight if you're still watching, and we'll send you something. We'll send you some DGH merchandise. I'll pay for it, and we've got some ways to help cover it. But if you've stuck around to right now, you're great, and we'll get you something. So reach out any of our social medias or send us an email at drghosthunterslc@gmail.com. It's drghosthunterslc@gmail.com. And we'll send you a little something for sticking around. Okay, you guys are going to walk out with me here shortly. So I think I said I was going to leave out some gear. I'm not going to, because tomorrow it's going to take me forever to pack up these cameras. And honestly, it's going to be a pain in the butt. So I'm going to leave the gear here. I'll just come over in the morning and grab it. CCTV footage will still be rolling. So whatever goes down in this house, we'll have video footage of it, which will be nice. All right, got my phone, got my wallet, got my key, got my room keys. Let's throw this away. I've seriously got to pee. Ain't no chance I'm going peeing there, because that's where the scaries are. So this man can wait to pee until he gets home. All right, you guys want to roll with me? Let's do it. All right. Yes. Turn off these lights. It gets so dark in here, though, that when I come back tomorrow, we'll turn that one off so the IR camera can get up. Okay, so this is where I was before. I don't smell whatever it was I smelled before. You're my lady. She's a sweetheart. Look at this. Creeps. They're sending me home with a hat, a trucker hat for me, and a beanie hat for Sarah. Great guys. These are very good dudes. Let me make sure I've got the door code. I think I do. So check this out. Adam Tillery will do paintings of things that he sees or dreams about or has visions of. And so he brought this just today for the owner about what he, I think, saw. I don't want to put those words in his mouth here. So yeah, I saw that before I started the investigation tonight. So you want to have a good scary night, do that, hear a girl giggle in the basement, and then have your mom text you and tell you that it sounded like something was being dragged up above you. Mom, I love that you did it. I'm only teasing because it was very scary. Okay, let me make sure. It didn't work. Okay, I gotta do it the other way.
The battery is low.
Okay. Perfect.
Battery is low.
Battery is low. Oh my gosh, it is so cold out here.
Battery is low.
Okay, let's make sure the car. Just want you guys to be out here with me just as I head out. Hell of a place. Hell of a place. Give you guys a real treat for those of you sticking around as we go back. We'll make a stop along the way. How about that? And it should be worth your while. As long as I can find what I'm looking for. Okay. Oh my gosh. Very cold. Thing at the stair, a haze, and it was right before I heard something. You know what? Whatever I heard, that was no joke. Like, that was the loudest sound of the night. Now, I'm curious, Lady Cara, I don't think we've met before, so thank you for watching. Could you see it with your own, like, traditional eyes? Or was this, like, do you have abilities and you could sense it? Oh, man, the windows are frozen. So I'm real curious there. Anyway, I'm gonna have to post some photos. I was gonna go by the Sally house and show you guys the Sally house. If you want that, put it in the chat real quick, and Mom or Jason or anyone else send me a photo of it, and I'll go do it. But otherwise, I might just head back because it's pretty darn cold. So let's see if we can get out of here. My goodness. Man, can you imagine that? What if I get stuck in the driveway? And I have to go back in. Oh my God. Okay. So, struggling here just a little bit. Okay, so anyway, I think that the Sally House will have to wait for my team back at home. I will give you guys a text once I get back to the hotel, which should be here shortly. Every single person who is watching, I love you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next Dr. Ghost Hunters.